Welcome everyone to today's episode of Crypto News Alerts. Special shout out to Lawrence Abramoff and Digital Dankness for the 3 super chat contributions I've already received this morning. In today's show, Sam Bankman-Fried seeks reverse decision on contesting his extradition, according to this latest report. That's right, by consenting to extradition, SBF would be able to appear in a United States court. Also in today's show, $5 billion in crypto exit Binance in 48 hours as solvency concerns continue to grow, according to analytics firm Delphi Digital. I'll be breaking this down for you. Also in today's show, the analyst who accurately called massive Bitcoin crash issues a major update for crypto traders. We're talking about Peter Brandt. He's the legendary trader who accurately predicted the Bitcoin crash in January of 2018 and now says the Bitcoin price action has looked prime for another sell-off event. Also in today's show, is the crypto bottom in? Well, analytics firm Sentiment says there is one metric which is flashing a historically bullish signal. That's right, the leading crypto analytics firm Sentiment says one metric they track is signaling a bullish turn in the market based on historical performance. In fact, quoting them here, there's a whole lot of doom and gloom in crypto right now. Binance FUD, Jerome Powell hawkishness, and the ongoing SBF trial headline, many reasons why capitulation is prevalent to the end of the week. Historically, this uncertainty is a bottom signal. Also in today's show, top crypto analysts forecast big moves ahead for Binance Coin. That's right, BNB versus the Bitcoin chart. I'll be breaking down the latest technical analysis. Also in today's show, crypto experts predict Bitcoin price rising to a whopping $318,417 by December 2025. That's right, the most bullish expert believes the price of the king crypto will reach $160,000 by the end of the year. Meanwhile, 54% of them think that hyperbitcoinization will happen by 2050. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market, all this, plus so much more in today's show. And welcome everyone just tuning in to today's live stream of Crypto News Alerts pod episode number 1137. Today is Sunday, December 19th, 2022. Let's take a look at the overall crypto market. You can see Bitcoin trading just under $17,000 at the time of this live stream. We got Ether down 0.38%, trading under $1,200, while Binance Coin, Cardano, Solana, and Doge are barely in the green. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, we can see the current crypto market cap all the way down to $806 billion, with only $20 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, with the Bitcoin dominance at 39.8% and the Ether dominance at 17.9%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers in the past 24 hours, Toncoin leading the pack, up 8%, trading at $2.67, followed by OKB, up almost 4%, trading at $22.60, followed by the Trust Wallet token, up about 4%, trading at $1.67. Below that, we have Zcash, BNB, and Shiba Inu. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers in the past week, a sea of red as the altcoins took a major hit this week. The only one in the green, obviously, is Ton, up a whopping 37.4%. for the week. And check it out, one of my favorite indicators, it's the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. You can see we are currently rated a 26 in fear, yesterday a 28, last week a 26, and last month a 23 in extreme fear. So there you have it. Welcome everyone just tuning in to today's live show. Today, instead of diving right into some Bitcoin technical analysis, let's dive into the latest with the ongoing SBF saga regarding his extradition. Let's break it down. Sam Bankman-Fried, the former FTX CEO, reportedly reconsidered his earlier decision to contest extradition and is expected to appear in court in the Bahamas December 19th, which is tomorrow, to seek a reversal, according to a Reuters report on December 17th, citing a person familiar with this matter. And by consenting to extradition, SBF would be able to appear in the United States court. He faces charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud on customers and lenders, securities fraud, commodities fraud, money laundering, and conspiracy to defraud the United States and violate the campaign finance law. The move follows the Bankman-Fried's bail denial on December 13th due to the risk of flight. The former CEO's lawyers argued that SBF does not possess a criminal record and was suffering from depression and insomnia. Crimea River. A second application for bail was reportedly filed in the Bahamas Supreme Court on December 15th. Now, if convicted, Bankman-Fried can get 115 years in jail. However, there's a lot to play out in this case until he gets a final sentence within the next few months or even years, as this could be ongoing for quite some time. Now, former federal prosecutor Mark Cohen had been hired by the former FTX CEO to act in his or as his defense attorney, and as reported, Cohen is the co-founder of the law firm Cohen and Gresner and a member of the defense team Maxwell's high-profile child trafficking case is actually the same lawyer, which makes this all the more wild. Bankman-Fried is being held in Fox Hill Prison, the only prison in the Bahamas, and according to the U.S. State Department report released in 2021, Fox Hill conditions were harsh and overcrowded with poor sanitation and nutrition, so much for that vegan diet. Detainees were alleged to have been physically abused by correctional officers, which is sad to hear, but that's the reality. Also, many inmates have been known to commit suicide, and ex-CEO of Alameda Research and sister company of FTX, Caroline Ellison, had also formed a defense team. She has Stephane Avakan, a former top crypto regulator with the U.S. SEC, and will represent Ellison in the ongoing federal probe. She is also currently the chair of the SEC and financial services at the law WilmerHale. In her role at the SEC, she expanded crypto oversight at the enforcement division. So there you have it. What do you think is likely to happen with all of this? Do you think Caroline Ellison is likely next to get arrested, or do you think all the blame will go towards SBF? I find it hilarious as they rat on each other, and I expect nothing less. So I think it'll be interesting how this unfolds, but unfortunately, I think it's going to take years upon years to come to a final resolution in the end, and I just pray that the FTX victims, which are the investors, receive their money back. It's probably unlikely. There's rumors they can receive 1/10 of their money back, pennies on the dollar, but it's just sad to witness such fraud in this industry, which was perpetrated by the SEC, allowing Bankman-Fried to get away with all of this. So I hope they point the finger at the SEC chairman as much as they do Caroline and SBF and all the criminals who are responsible for stealing these funds. But with that being shared, now let's dive into our next story of the day as the contagion continues. Literally $5 billion of outflows from Binance in the recent days, which is insane as the FUD campaigns from the mainstream media and Kevin O'Leary continue. So now let's break this down, shall we? Check it out. Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange by volume, is being tested by a wave of large outflows as traders seek to withdraw their crypto. According to crypto insights firm Delphi Digital, Binance saw over $5 billion in net outflows just on December 13th and the 14th. Delphi Digital says that the big withdrawal flows could stem from the collapse of FTX and that the lower levels of trust in crypto exchanges that have followed. Quoting them here, Binance saw more than $5 million of net outflows between December 13th and the 14th. This is the largest two-day outflow since the exchange started providing proof of reserves November 10th, and a U.S. Congress holds hearings over the FTX collapse. Concerns regarding Binance have been growing, leading to an increase in withdrawals, which you can see right there. Now, Binance has offered a proof of reserves report showing that all of its customers' assets are in fact backed by one-to-one, and it had looked over by global auditing firm Mazars. However, what is pretty alarming, Mazars recently took down its audit of Binance and reportedly cut ties with the entire crypto industry, stating the following: Mazars has paused its activity relating to the provision of proof of reserve reports for entities in the cryptocurrency sector due to concerns regarding the way these reports are understood by the public. And CZ had maintained that all assets on the exchange are one-to-one backed. Quoting him here, people can withdraw 100% of the assets they have on Binance. We will not have an issue on any given day. So 100% of the users withdraw 100% of assets, we'd be fine. This is very different for traditional financial people to understand because bank runs on fractional reserves, and the traditional regulators, many of them, think this is okay for crypto businesses to be running on fractional reserves. That is not okay. In crypto, there is no central bank printing money to bail out banks when there is liquidity crunch. So crypto businesses have to hold user assets one-to-one, and that's what we do. It is very simple. However, I must point out something alarming that CZ did when he was confronted on the news straight up by the reporter. They asked him, if someone was to withdraw $2 billion from your exchange right now, do you have the funds to back it? And he indirectly said, our lawyers will take care of that, instead of just saying straight up 100% confidently like he was saying in this quote, yes, we are backed 1-to-1, so it would not be an issue, which created more concerns. I think it's personally very unfortunate because it seems that CZ is trying to do the right thing. He's maybe a good actor. I can't prove he is a bad actor. You know what I mean? I can't say CZ is any worse than Bankman-Fried because Bankman-Fried committed fraud, right? Hence why he is arrested right now. CZ, on the other hand, he's trying to work with us. He's trying to prove the proof of reserves, etc. But at the same time, I'm not sharing all this to defend CZ because at the same time, CZ is spreading FUD, telling people in a chat, I guess on a Twitter space, he said something like, 99% of people who self-custody their crypto are going to lose it, basically ultimately trying to bribe people to keep their crypto on a centralized exchange such as his exchange, Binance. And I just personally thought that was wrong because I know for a fact 99% of the people who self-custody their crypto is not going to lose it. However, I understood his point. His point is, some of the people who self-custody their crypto are going to lose it. Absolutely, because it's hard for some people to take responsibility for their own actions in their lives. That's just the way that it is. But let me know your thoughts surrounding this. Do you think potentially Binance can be next to go under? I mean, it's unfortunate, in my humble opinion, that Kevin O'Leary in that hearing threw the Binance CEO, CZ, under the bus, pointing the finger for the FTX collapse at CZ versus Bankman-Fried. So why is Kevin O'Leary still protecting Bankman-Fried? It's insane, to say the least. But with that being shared, now let's dive into our next story of the day and share some major updates here with the crypto markets. Legendary trader who accurately predicted the Bitcoin crash in January of 2018, and that's Peter Brandt, says Bitcoin looks primed for yet another sell-off event. Say it ain't so, Peter. Seasoned analyst Peter Brandt tells his 700,000 Twitter followers that Bitcoin is flashing a candlestick formation, indicating a fresh move to the downside for the king crypto. As he shares here, please all be aware that Bitcoin is developing the infamous 3 blind mice chart construction, which he outlines here, which you can see on your screen. Now check it. Although the 3 blind mice pattern is not a conventional technical formation, Brandt had previously mentioned a similar construction in April 2020 when Bitcoin formed 6 consecutive bullish weekly candles that saw the Bitcoin price rally from $5,000 to above the $60,000 level a year later. The pattern appears to be suggesting the continuation of the underlying trend. Quoting Brandt here, "Come on, you amateurs. You can do better than this. You're missing the forest from the trees. This is a 28-month-old coil with the price action most recently being the famous 6 blind mice signal. Get with it," which he outlines here in this chart. And in a recent interview, Brandt emphasizes that the trend for Bitcoin is still down and will likely continue unless Bitcoin can rally above $20,000, which is a key psychological level. Quoting him again here, "I certainly think that unless Bitcoin can really get up and consolidate above $20,000 again, we could see another leg down. I don't think we'll go to $11,000 or $12,000. I think $13,000 probably a more realistic level as far as I am concerned. Until Bitcoin can really, again, regain 22,000 and hold it, I don't see any reason why Bitcoin can't slip back down to that $13,000 level." So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the legendary investor Peter Brandt regarding his bottom target of around 13,000. And are you also bullish on the king crypto? Holla at your boy in the live chat, which takes us to our next story of the day. We're going to be discussing a bullish metric, which was pointed out by Santiment Analytics. The leading crypto analytics firm Santiment says one metric, which is tracking, signaling a bullish turn in the market based on historical performance. And according to them, we have FUD reaching peak levels as determined by the prevalence of negative crypto terms such as sell across several social media platforms. And using their social dominance methodology, Santiment says that negativity in the crypto market is reaching a level that has usually signaled a bottom. The negativity is largely driven by the FTX implosion and the arrest of disgraced founder SBF SBF, as well as increasing questions about the financial stability of Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange, according to the analytics firm. Now, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell continues to drive markets down with his hawkish policy. As pointed out here, there are a whole lot of doom and gloom in crypto right now. Binance FUD, Jerome Powell hawkishness, and the ongoing SBF trial headline. Many reasons why capitulation is prevalent to the end of the week. Historically, this uncertainty is a bottom signal. Now, sentiment also looks at 3 altcoins, signaling bullish sentiment with activity from once dormant wallets. As shared here, several altcoins are seeing big upticks in address activity and dormant wallets awakening to move their funds right now. Others are staying stuck in the mud, and they are more likely to fall behind. Sentiment says that automatic yield farming protocol Yearn Finance is showing impressive network activity following a short period of depression, and at this time FYI is trading hands at $5,626. I remember when FYI was trading at the same as the Bitcoin price. That was a couple of years back. Now, as per sentiment, the centralized finance project Ren is not picking up so strong because of its complicated financial situation, and Ren at this time is changing hands at 7.4 cents. All I gotta say, we know where Ren is, but where's Stimpy? And those of you who watched Nickelodeon growing up get my joke. Lastly, sentiment says the decentralized crypto exchange Uniswap, on which NFTs are traded, is exhibiting strong growth in terms of network activity. Quoting sentiment, Uni experienced a strong growth before when there was an NFT marketplace announced, but still, we can see it growing strongly even compared with NFT-related pump. So there you have it. And Uniswap at this time is trading hands at $5.35. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with sentiment analytics that big moves could be potentially ahead for the King Crypto. And now let's dive into our next story of the day, and that's BNB, the native token of the crypto exchange Binance, making major moves. Let's break it down, shall we? Popular analyst Jason Pizzino says that BNB, the utility token of the world's largest exchange, is likely headed for a trend reversal versus the Bitcoin chart. Pizzino tells his 300,000 YouTube subs that Binance Coin has potentially hit a top against BNB/BTC after the pair's bullish run of nearly 2 years. According to Pizzino, the looming reversal can trigger a multi-year downtrend for BNB versus BTC. Quoting him here, we have just started our first major month down to put in a potential top here on BNB/BTC, and this could last 2 years from that point, as pointed out here in this chart. Now, the popular analyst also says that BNB has exhibited clear bull and bear trends against Bitcoin since the pair had launched back in 2017. As he points out here, from July 2017, 21 months up to the peak in April of 2019, we know that Bitcoin found a peak in around June 2019 from that point as well. So this was rallying up while Bitcoin was also going up after the macro low. After that cycle low, BNB then fell for 21 months against Bitcoin value down to January of 2021 and has since been up into the latest high of November of 2022. So no one can argue that this is not a clear bull and bear trend over 21 to 22 months. And according to Pizzino, BNB/Bitcoin will likely end its downtrend by Q3 of 2024 should the pair to continue to repeat its cycle. As he points out here, should this repeat, we have 22 months or 21 months to take us to around August 2024. And if we wanted to go out for that 22 months, then it's going to be around September of 2024. So sometime around August or September 2024, this BNB/Bitcoin chart may find a bottom. And to watch this video he did with the Binance Coin technical analysis entitled Markets Have Seen This Before, check the show notes below the video in the description, which leads us to our final story of the day. We're going to be sharing a very bullish price prediction of 318,000 for the King Crypto by Christmas of 2025. Keeping in mind that it's the year preceding the halving. Historically is when the market hits that cycle high. So this prediction is right in alignment with that. So let's break this down, shall we? Finder, a major product comparison website, conducted a study to find out the future outlook of Bitcoin as its popularity grows. As awareness of crypto continues to spread, all eyes are on Bitcoin's price. So we asked our panel of 42 crypto experts, what's in store for Bitcoin. And the company detailed last week, the panelists include crypto asset managers, executives of crypto exchanges, and other crypto service providers, crypto analysts, professors, and lecturers at universities. Amongst various topics discussed was the price of Bitcoin and what it will be by the end of the year and a few years from now. Here's what Finder detailed. With there maybe some medium-term price depreciation, the panelists predict that by December of 2025, the price of Bitcoin will go up to $318,417. Send it. I am ecstatic. Cannot freaking wait. The company added that this is 61% higher than the panel's end of the 2025 year prediction in December of 2020, but 12% lower than that in April. And furthermore, the panelists predict that by December of 2030, the price of Bitcoin will go to a whopping 4.2 million per BTC. Let's go. However, the average is skewed by outliers. When we look at the median price prediction, the 2030 price forecast comes down to $470,000. Finder wrote, not too shabby. And as for what the price of Bitcoin will be at the end of the year, the majority of panelists, which is 61% of them, say Bitcoin is currently undervalued. And on average, the panel expects the price of the crypto at the end of 2021 to reach $66,000 per coin. Well, obviously, they were dead wrong there because we're in 2022 right now. And I don't know if this is a typo or not, but it is what it is. And we also have Morpher CEO Martin Frohler, the most bullish about the price of Bitcoin on the panel, with his prediction for the end of the year, which was 160,000, quoting him, adoption by corporations and institutional investors paired with a loose monetary policy and high asset inflation will propel the Bitcoin price to six figures before the end of the year. The next halving cycle will be increased adoption of Bitcoin as a legal tender by developing countries, and until 2030, Bitcoin will have replaced gold as a global reserve asset. Yeah. So there you have it. And also Wave Financial senior trader Justin Chu gave a lower than average price prediction of 56,000 by the end of the year, and also said he predicts 210,000 by, it looks like here, by 2030. Actually, by 2030, predicting 400,000. And yeah, so very bullish for the long term, quoting him here, having events and inflation along the way to 2025 and 2030 will likely trigger the larger upside moves. Prices are likely to continuously be driven by supply and demand, less availability for a wider group of users. And let's see if there's any other interesting predictions here. The study also covers that experts think that hyperbitcoinization will happen, quoting them here. 54% of the panel thinks hyperbitcoinization, the moment the Bitcoin overtakes global finance, will happen by 2050. What? That's like 30 years away. 29% think it'll happen as soon as 2035. An additional 20% say by 2040. But let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below surrounding your prediction for the King Crypto. And where do you feel we're likely to end more short term and realistically before the end of the year, considering we just have 2 more weeks left before we end this crypto year, I should say bearish market winter year of 2022 with 2023 right around the corner? Let me know your honest thoughts and predictions in the comments right down below. With that being shared, now let's dive into the live Q&A where you can literally ask me anything. I want to give a shout out to everyone here in the live chat. We got BitBud, we got Nate, Bitcoin Trini, Matthew C, Digital Dankness just threw me like the 3rd donation for the day. You the man, just throwing them at me. Wild, I love it. Matthew C, what's good, brother? Rudy, always a pleasure. We got Michelle Young in the building. We got Dragon Flower. We got Coin Father. Yeah, we got Nate the Great. We got Tough Cookie, we got Frankie V, we got Pokemon, we got Michael, we got Fakes, we got Lawrence Abramoff. Also, massive shout out to Lawrence. I appreciate the super chat contribution as always. You guys are absolutely awesome. You guys rock. Also, something interesting I saw this morning was Andrew Tate, the top G himself, actually responded to a tweet from Michael Saylor, because here's how it originated. I can't pull it up right now because I don't have it up. But nonetheless, the other day, Andrew Tate said, like, I earned 1.1 million today. I just spent, 150,000 on clothing, yada, yada, yada. And then Michael Saylor responded and said, why don't you buy some Bitcoin? And then this morning, Andrew Tate responded and said, pretty much good idea. I am going to buy some more Bitcoin. Diamond hands. Thank you, Michael. So I just thought that was pretty cool, and I wanted to point that out. Shout out to the top G and Michael Saylor. Yeah. Pokemon, good to see you too as well, brother. Lawrence, yeah, exactly. I feel you. Coinfather says, been an early morning in the house, so looking and cheering for Argentina, pushing off the neighbors. Every goal we clank the pots and pans. That's what's up. Go Argentina. Fake says maybe another dip with all this FUD, then a small rally in a couple of months. Yeah, absolutely wouldn't surprise me. Coinfather says need more fear for further drop. Nate says, hey, I made it live again. Well, I appreciate you tuning in live, fam. And for those of you tuned in right now, make sure you're logged in, because if you're not logged into your YouTube account, then you can't smash the like, hit that bell icon, turn on all notifications, and assure that you are subscribed and drop comments and participate and interact and all that good stuff that comes along with it. Yeah, Digital Dankness says, do the crime, don't cry about your time. Exactly. Tough Cookie says, just like all the homeless people he created. Yeah, it's wild. Pokemon says, why should we seize about his conditions or care about his conditions? He never thought of those who lost money. Yeah, he's probably laughing behind the scenes. I think he is demonic. I don't think he feels sorry for investors whatsoever. I think he feels sorry that he got caught, if you were to ask me. You feel me? Yeah. Bitcoin Trini, welcome, fam. Rudy says it doesn't get any better than crypto news alerts with JV. Smash that like, everyone. I greatly appreciate that. It does mean a lot. And what are your thoughts? I just got the fresh fade for the holidays. Are you feeling the new cut with the beard? Let me know. Drop a comment. O'Leary is a joke. I agree 100% with you, Dragonflower. I can't take anything Mr. O'Leary says seriously. He is a disgrace. If you're to ask me, to blame this whole mess on Binance is outrageous. He's reaching, obviously being paid by regulators, and it's unfortunate. He's trying to usher in unethical regulations. So we got to get rid of these bad actors, such as Kevin O'Leary, in my opinion. Maybe O'Leary continues to protect SBF for fear of what SBF might say. Absolutely. Anything is possible. Anything. Absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised. Self-custody or bust, 100% self-custody is the way to go, so I'm glad you brought that up, Rudy. Coinfather says, SBF, who is your accountant? SBF answers, QuickBooks. Wasn't that hilarious? Kevin Opar drops a super chat contribution. I appreciate the donation, fam. He wrote, bro, my coworker from Africa just bought his first sats. Shout out to Abe. Massive shout out to Abe in Africa. Massive congratulations on stacking those sats. Super happy for you. You don't know how much this lights me up internally when I see people stacking sats and spreading the message of Satoshi and Bitcoin for people around the world, especially in underdeveloped places where we have the underbanked population, such as in Africa. They need Bitcoin so bad right now. Nate says, almost forgot, had slapped the like button. Appreciate that. Coinfather says, 2035, 750,000 to a $1 million Bitcoin price. I hope you're right, fam. Matthew says, I think that it's likely that China is buying tons of gold. The problem with gold is it is perceived as scarce, but nobody really knows exactly how much there is. You make a great point. There is no telling how much gold reserves there truly is on the planet. Michelle says the big difference is that governments didn't actively fight against the internet with the same vitriol as Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, they obviously know that Bitcoin is a direct threat to their communism. I don't know how else to say that, but Bitcoin is the antidote to their CBDCs, while governments are trying to ultimately destroy us and enslave us, right? And have no sovereignty. Bitcoin provides that self-sovereignty for us to transcend or escape the matrix. You know what I mean? So if you want to escape the matrix and not be controlled by very corrupt powers that be that threw us overboard a very long time ago, you should be stacking sats. I mean, it doesn't get any clearer than that. You feel me? Dragon says, I'm ready for some boring sideways action. No FUD, no black swans, just boring sat stacking. I feel you, dog. Nate says, I'm too old and will be near death in 30 years, so I am hoping for in 10 years. It's good to take a long time. 2050 might be optimistic. Okay. Technology wins. 2-0 for Argentina. Go Argentina. That's what's up. Matthew says the government fights all technology based on lobbying by the dinosaurs of the industry. Banks have the most money. Bitcoin will have more challenging path than the internet. But in the end, yeah, I feel you, dog. Automobiles, phones, computers, and Bitcoin wins. Tough says Jack with Strike in Africa. That's right. Shout out to Jack Mallers, the Strike CEO, for making that Lightning available all across the world using the Strike app, which is a great app. Nate says, almost forgot. I just slapped the like button. Well, I appreciate that, Nate. You're the man. I appreciate you too as well, Coinfather. And now for the big finish, here's a recap of what I shared with you here in today's live show. We broke it off by discussing SBF seeking to reverse his decision on contesting his extradition, according to this latest report. He's not liking the vibes in those Bahamian prison cell, which would be Fox Hill. Also in today's show, we discussed that $5 billion in crypto exits Nance, as Sam Bankman-Fried would say, in 48 hours as solvency concerns continue to grow, according to the latest report from this analytics firm, Delphi Digital. We also discuss analysts who accurately called massive Bitcoin crash, Peter Brandt, issues a major update for crypto traders. We also discuss if the crypto bottom is likely in, as analytics firm Santiment says one metric is flashing a historically bullish signal. We also discuss top crypto analysts forecasting a big move ahead for the Binance coin on the Bitcoin chart, and I shared his outlook. And we also discussed some very bullish price predictions, including crypto experts predicting Bitcoin price to rise to $318,000 by December 2025. But where do you feel the Bitcoin price